100 average men versus one gorilla. Who would win by science?
It's a question that the greatest philosophers have mulled since the dawn of time. Could 100 men take on and defeat a single gorilla? Today, we're turning to our very own resident panel of gorilla fighting experts to bring you the definitive answer to the internet's latest philosophical quandary. For the sake of this scientific investigation, we're going to assume average specimens for both sides of this skirmish line. That is, an average gorilla against 100 average-sized human men. First, a warning, if you're thinking of solving this problem yourself by...
See, they doing average. I feel like they should do, like, experienced people. I feel like we should be able to pick. If they're doing average, yeah, I don't think we will win average. But I think if we get a whole bunch of Conor McGregors, a whole bunch of Mike Tysons, Ali's, we'll be alright.
Visiting the local zoo. Don't. Seriously. Gorilla kind has already suffered enough, with President George Bush personally ordering Hammurabi's assassination because he knew the truth about 9/11. In the blue corner, we've got Homo sapiens, 100 of us to be specific, average members of the male side of the species, which means quite a diverse cross-section. Next time you're hanging out with a group of your friends, look around. Imagine all of you standing up for humanity's pride in a man-on-gorilla winner-take-all showdown. In other words, we are pretty screwed. So let's look at weapons. For the gorilla, it's obvious, aside from incredible strength, they have huge canines that develop as the gorilla reaches maturity. Despite their intimidating size, starting at 3 inches, these teeth aren't for eating meat. They're actually evolved to help the gorilla chew up tough tree bark and rip it apart. But they're also excellent weapons, and gorillas aren't afraid to use them, leaving huge puncture wounds on rivals that can be deadly. For humans, our natural weapons are pretty pathetic, but, well, we do have one, our ability to punch. Scientists believe that our hands and our forearms actually evolved to help us punch things, given that we're absolutely useless otherwise. Like most people, you probably punched through some drywall after your mom said no to buying more Monster Energy drinks, and you probably hurt yourself. And that's because you're punching wrong. It might seem intuitive that a good punch should make use of the entire front side of a balled-up fist, but in fact, the only thing you're doing is risking a broken knuckle. Instead, you should strike with a fist that is slightly canted down, so your top knuckles absorb the energy of the punch and transfer it down to your forearm. This concentrates the kinetic energy of your punch into a smaller section, making it more devastating than if it were spread around a larger area. But it also keeps you from breaking your knuckle bones. The good news is gorillas can't punch, and you can. The bad news is gorillas don't need to because they're strong enough to tear your limbs off. Okay, it's fight night and it's time to settle the score. Who's gonna win? A single gorilla or 100 humans? The gorilla. Of course the gorilla wins. Why would anyone expect anything different? Let's explain exactly why. First, it isn't just that the gorilla is stronger than you. It's that it is massive enough, upwards of 600 pounds, that your pathetic noodle boy punches aren't going to do any significant damage to it. Gorilla bodies evolved to withstand blows from other gorillas. You get carpal tunnel playing Minecraft too long. You are literally built different, but worse. Also, the gorilla is spending every day surviving in the wild. You're probably almost out of breath just going from your gaming chair to answer the delivery driver at the front door. The gorilla's life is all about aerobic exercise. The gorilla isn't just stronger than you, it's got the stamina to repeatedly tear the arms off of attackers. Then there is the psychological factor. The moment that the rest of the crowd sees the first group of humans getting limbs removed, like petals being pulled off a daisy, most people are going to cut and run. Even if we put you in an arena with no escape, with most individuals fleeing the gorilla, it avoids its only real weakness, being overwhelmed. We did promise to tell you how you could win, though. It's probably going to result in most of the 100 humans dying, but that's a sacrifice we're willing to make. Hornets will frequently attack and raid honeybees, who are about a third of their size. Hornets are armored like tanks, so bee stings bounce off their mandibles and do nothing. But the honeybees figured out a surefire way to kill invading hornets. As soon as a hornet lands on a bee nest, it is immediately swarmed by dozens of honeybees. The hornet's powerful mandibles rip the bees apart with ease, but the bees simply keep coming. Eventually, they manage to completely overwhelm the hornet and bury it under a mass of their own bodies. Then, the bees start to vibrate their bodies, causing them to overheat. Under a pile of bees, the hornet is slowly but surely cooked alive, and some of the bees as well. If you want to survive against a rampaging gorilla, your best bet is to get the other 99 people with you to agree to bum rushing it. The gorilla can and will absolutely annihilate many of you as you try to pin it down. But eventually, the gorilla should be so tired of turning humans inside out that you're able to dogpile on it and pin it down. Anyone who's ever been in a mosh pit knows how dangerously hot it can get.
That's what I'm trying to hear, bro.
Under a pile of human bodies, it's a matter of giving it lethal heat stroke due to the raising of your own body temperature. Screaming is a great way to exert yourself. Just pretend you're finally letting out everything you never said during that one family dinner. And that is how 100 humans can defeat a single gorilla, by exhausting it with murder and then lying on top of it until it has heat stroke. Could 100 regular guys take down one full-grown gorilla, or would they all end up running for their lives? Drop your battle strategy or predictions for the last man standing in the comments below. Now go check out Gorilla versus Bear, or click on this other video instead.
I told you we up. Fuck. We up. Yeah, we up. Yeah. Yeah, we up. I told y'all, bro. What? Science proved that we would, bro. It's a chance. We're up.